and Gabrielle Cortez, and Shannon Doherty, and Tori Spelling, and we have Jason Priestley, Brian Austin Green, and I am Deering. We got the seats in the back too, guys.
I'll sit back here by myself.
No.
I will leave you behind. Hey, everybody.
How is everyone?
I mean, this is a giant room. You've got the cameras going. I mean, that is a lot of phones. What does it mean to all of you to kind of see just the outpouring of love?
It's not working.
Thank you.
Amazing. How amazing to see you all here. Thank you so much.
How about you, Brian? I know you were not at the one in March with this gathering.
No.
What does this mean to you?
Oh, this is amazing. The turnout is amazing. I was looking forward to stopping by the last one for the panel, but there were no ticket flights. You know, it's hard to get to. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to meet everyone. This has been an amazing experience.
Tori, could you have imagined in 1990 that this is what 2023 would look like?
What, with cameras and...
Both that and just like all these people coming to see you guys so many years later.
It's amazing. We love you guys so much.
We love you too. So I want to go into the Wayback Machine and hear about the first splurge after the show had launched. It was doing well. What was the gift you bought yourself? No, Ian is making a face.
Okay, so, you know,
Oh, jeez. I'm terrified for this answer.
I drove out to California from Jersey in an Acura Integra, a little four-door car. And my first splurge was when I drove through a car wash. This is year 2. Drove through a car wash, and the windshield broke off. The windshield light. Crap! And they didn't want to fix it. I drove over to the Acura dealership, and I'm sitting there, and there's this Acura Legend spinning on the turntable. I'm all pissed off about my wiper blade, and I'm looking at this thing rotating in front of me. I just traded in the car. I was like, how much is that? Because that was my first splurge.
And then he drove it to set the next day, and he stood underneath it, and he rotated.
Look how good this is! Don't you want one?
He's a super strong guy. Super strong guy.
That was my first splurge.
How about you, Jenny?
Oh, splurge. Ooh. I remember I bought my dad a pickup truck. That was very exciting.
What was his reaction?
He was very happy with that. I would be too.
How about you, Jason? Was there something you treated yourself to?
Mine's super boring. Bought a house in Los Angeles. You know, it's super pragmatic, very sensible. Family of realtors drilled it into my head my whole life. Make some money, first thing you gotta do is buy a house. And that's what I did.
Super boring. Crazy.
Shannon, how about you?
Oh, I paid off some of my dad's hospital bills.
I want to hear what you splurged on. That's a beautiful thing. A lot of honor.
That was a splurge. When you can't afford, like we were eating rice and beans for the majority of my life. So when you can actually afford to start paying for something like that, so that your dad's not getting phone calls every single day, that's making him panic, that's a splurge.
Brian, was there a moment in the process of this, especially in the beginning, where you realized you made it? And I say that with air quotes that I can't use while I'm using two hands.
Yeah, so we did college grad night at Disney. Yeah, and another bad creation was there, and not to date this or anything, but Wilson Phillips were really big at the time. Yeah, like yesterday. Everybody still listens to Wilson Phillips, right? So it was a stage that we were on. It was called Tomorrowland Terrace, and it started underground. And it was like an elevator, so it could come up. And right before us, I think it was Wilson Phillips that went on and performed. And I remember hearing everybody screaming in the crowd, and I thought, oh, they must be doing another song. And our show had just started.
That was me screaming for you.
So Tori was up above in the crowd. I didn't know that, but you did a great
And I
job.
was there that night.
So supportive.
That bra that got thrown in your face.
Right, totally. Fit me perfect.
Literally.
Yeah. So we got on the stage. They came down first. We got on the stage and they were preparing for us to come up. And we all thought it would be funny to sort of hide. So when the stage came up, there was nobody on the stage. Remember, that was it.
Yeah, come on, one of you chime in. You're
Yeah, so the stage came up, and then you weren't there. You were buying houses. You were spending the whole thing. I think you were there. I think Jay was the only one that wasn't there because he was like a real estate mogul by that point.
None of us
Don't remember this.
Great story, Brian. Great story.
You and Tori were there. Correct.
Brian-
None of us were.
What sucks is it's way too late to quit.
Jen was there.
Brian is the youngest of all of us, so maybe we should trust his memory on this.
Oh, God.
Tori, was there a moment for you that was like, oh gosh, I really made it. I have an acting career. This is a real thing for me.
It was. I remember the moment being at the mall and like going down the escalator, and people were like, Donna. I'm like, that's funny. That's a character. I'm done. So, next. Essentially, I was saying a name and.
asked me to give you these papers.
Yeah, it's been a nice ride. Anyway,
I should point
Alicia,
out.
come on back here. Our SAG rep, everybody. Here she goes.
you're welcome.
No, you're good.
Someone said a name that I seemed to respond to, but I didn't think they were talking about me. And it was, and I realized it was people who I was. Sorry, you guys, it's a tough position to not be able to.
Of course, I get it.
I know that everyone supports you, and like you all get it. But like, there's gonna be a little talking between happening in this minute. But it's gonna be fun. It's fun so far. I'm digging it. Yeah. Speaking of malls,
I
know. Pressure is real. Speaking of malls, I mean, back then, that was a whole thing, these mall appearances, because there wasn't social media, there wasn't the internet, and all of these ways that people had access to see you and scream for you. Gabrielle, what do you remember about some of those mall experiences?
I think every time it was a shock. I don't think I ever got used to it, right? So I would be like being with my husband or friend or going out and suddenly, and not realizing it. It was just, and I think part of it is that, during the 90s in the success of shows that
Way.
That's how you do it.
I think that it was just, we were working, you know, a lot of us were fortunate, we were working a lot at the time. So I felt like there was a disconnect, like what was going out in the world and what was going on in our world. And so then sometimes going like into public or into the malls was like the two worlds colliding. And it was just like, wow. And I always loved being with my friends who were sharing the journey together.
How about you, Jason? What was that mall experience like?
It was a moment, I think it was in the second, maybe the third season of the show. Jenny and I, curious to hear if you remember this, we went to Detroit.
Well, you do remember.
Yeah, Detroit Rock City in the house. So we went to Detroit to present a check from the Chrysler Motor Corporation to the United Way, I do believe. And oh my God, I can't believe
Like, no.
this. This was awesome. So
I'm so glad you're talking about it.
So we went there, and the presentation was taking place in Joe Louis Arena, and there were 18,000 screaming fans in this arena. And when the curtain opened, and Jenny and I walked out on the stage, the screams and the roar of the crowd was deafening. It was unbelievable, and the flash bulbs and all of it, and that was the first time that I sort of realized that our show was making a huge impact outside of you know what we actually understood.
I was there.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So it definitely happened.
That's so cool.
Anyone from Disneyland?
Can you confirm that Jenny was there?
Wait, was Jenny there?
She was there.
Was I there? Good, thanks.
Yes.
Wait, so who was there?
Jenny and Jason.
Okay. Jenny doesn't remember.
I have no recollection of what you're talking about. I would remember a giant check.
It wasn't to you though. That's much easier to remember.
Shannon, what were your thoughts the first time you saw a doll of you or a character you played?
That does not look like me. I was really, the very first thought was, that looks like every other
Doll.
I can't even say
Yeah.
B-A-R. Okay, but it's also,
It's the doll. You're talking about the doll.
I don't know.
No, she's talking about the doll. You're not
It's
talking
like
about
charades. One word, sound one, and act this out.
Oh my God. We got
talking
it. We
about
got
the doll,
it. The
not
doll.
the movie.
Yeah. The doll. The Barbie doll.
Mr. President.
Oh my God.
So,
Oh my God.
and we all looked the same, and we had like just different colored hair, but I mean, my outfit was hideous. I was like, when did I ever wear like weird shorts with like hiking boots? I mean, it's just the weirdest.
Sundresses and Doc Martens for 10 years from now.
It was awful. So yeah, I was a little freaked out by it.
I loved that doll. I really had a perfect nose.
Jenny, what did you think of your doll?
I feel the same thing for Shannon. Like, they all kind of just look like run-of-the-mill dolls. Like, they just put our clothes on and the sign on the box and called it our dolls. But it was definitely cool to see. And I still have mine in my box somewhere.
You did. My dog ripped all over my
Get
Somebody
the
just
doll.
gave me like 3 different ones from different shows, and I took them home and I had them in the laundry room sitting on the floor because I didn't really know what to do with them because they creeped me out personally. And my German Shepherd handled it for me. She literally destroyed them. I found my head, my eyes somewhere, there was a leg like way over here, and then I think she picked out my arm.
Pooped out my
The
arm.
person who gave you that towel is over there.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for
And she had another.
Made of metal. Brian, what's the craziest piece of merch from something you've done that you've seen?
That I've seen? That I've seen? Sorry, I was just talking to you. There's people here. I should probably use a microphone. You made everything. I saw your action figure. So that's what he sells it as, because he's like, I can't believe I have a doll. She's like, where's an action figure? And it doesn't move, like it's, you know, and it's wearing heels. I was like, that's not an action figure.
It's only missing a kung fu grip, bro. It's right there.
Okay, and joints.
It's missing a lot.
The craziest, I mean, we had all sorts of merch. I saw Walkmans, and I've seen, I remember Darren Martin, for anybody that knows him, 90210, who was supposed to be here, he's not, Darren, we miss you, love you.
He's like
He showed me, he found some, it was like a Hot Wheels car that was supposed to be yours, but it wasn't the right car. Yeah, oh yeah, you saw that too, right? And I'm sure somebody else saw that, so verify my story.
It was the wrong 67
for one right now.
Mustang?
What?
It was the wrong 67 yellow Mustang?
It wasn't even a yellow Mustang.
It wasn't even a Mustang?
No, it was like
a red, like,
yeah,
Pontiac?
yeah.
A what?
A red Pontiac?
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
red
red-
with
a
like
red
wood
Fiero.
paneling on the. It was very like Partridge Family-ish. This Hot Wheels. So that was the pretty
What about the
strange.
sheets?
The what?
You guys all
Yes.
I still wear. I have the sheets on my bed. They're like 2 thread count. They're super good.
By the way, he's talking about Jason. He has Jason sheets. I've been to his house. It's got
With
Jason.
his action figures all over the room. And I have different like clothing to change.
As you should. Ian,
Right, as you should. Yes.
what is the craziest thing you've been asked to sign? And I'm going to say body parts notwithstanding.
Oh, he's all sad about it.
You know, people have come up to me and asked me to sign lots of different things, certainly a few body parts. What has been interesting is to see, like, can you sign my arm, and then they'll turn it into a tattoo.
That's what
Which
they
is,
think about too. Yeah.
Now
I saw
now I
Jason
own their
Voorhees
soul,
tattoo
so
today.
we're good with that. I
Just
have
today.
a whole bunch of minions that have my name on their tattoo. Snap my hand and they quack like a duck wherever I am.
Have any of you ever seen, or any of you have, like a collect them all, like the tattoo signatures of all of yours?
Oh wow.
Anybody out there have that?
Somebody?
Anybody out there? Hold on.
Are you willing
Anybody
faces?
No.
But not all of a different show that I was on afterwards. I've seen people with all of our faces on their body. And what's really interesting is that, like, they can make my mouth move and stuff. These are how they can, like, yeah, they like roll their
What is it over their belly button? What's the
I'm like moving on their. It's so
Only you
weird.
do that.
But I have seen some people with full of shows. Yeah.
That's wild.
Makes me uncomfortable.
It makes me a little uncomfortable too.
There's too many of us to put on somebody's body.
A lot of these people did, or may still do, no judgment, have posters of you all on their walls. Tori, is there someone that you had on your walls? Be it another actor actor or musician or sports hero?
Yeah, but he's sitting behind me. I was a big fan of another show. Another show. There was another show that Jason was on. I was a big fan, and I hosted.
Jason, did you know that?
No, I never told him that part.
Yeah, this is new information.
I had that same poster.
Next to the sheets.
That's how we go.
So Jason, who
Your
was
two thread count sheets.
We have a therapist
Yeah.
filming for Brian right now.
It's a big moment for me.
Actually, it wasn't a poster. It was like out of a Teen Mag.
Was that the centerfold?
I read, like I ripped it out, put it up, and then I was like, yeah.
You carefully remove the staples. So
Yeah, I've done that.
Like tape on the back, like people did. Just like,
Jason, did you have any like celebrity people on your wall growing
You know
up?
what, I'm old enough, and there's not that many people in the room old enough to remember this, but in the 70s, when I grew up, every boy had a Farrah Fawcett poster. Right? Yeah, I grew up. I was a good one. That's the only one I had.
How about you, Shannon? Did you have any fandom?
I'm Ryan, did you already answer this?
I had Frankenstein. I had like a 9-foot Frankenstein in my room. I had like some and it was Frankenstein. That's.
I did not know, but I just knew that Ian had something very weird.
I had that, and there used to be these things called wacky packs. Like you buy out like baseball cards and these stickers, and they would spoof all different kinds of. And on my door in my room, there'd be a million wacky packs. But you open the door, and there's Frankenstein, and he glowed in the dark. I don't remember what the cereal was, but after collecting thousands of dollars in cereal boxes, I mailed away and I got Frankenstein. It was all, it
I
lasted
hope it was
for
like blueberry
years.
or something.
How long did your sea monkeys stay alive?
I had sea monkeys! I didn't even know I had sea monkeys. So funny, sea monkeys. Brine shrimp, so funny.
No, but how long did they stay alive?
They don't stay alive too long. I don't know.
Did you do tadpoles too?
I actually, before I got into college when I did that, I was
you
working in
said
an
it.
aquarium. Because I thought, well, the acting doesn't work out, maybe I'll learn how to import tropical fish and bring it to So, sea monkeys don't live very long. I know that, but it's hard.
You used to have a saltwater tank.
I did.
remember, and then,
I loved it.
Yeah, and then you tried giving it to me.
Well, then I moved.
Right.
Yeah. That was my second splurge. I moved into the house.
I thought the tropical fish tank was your second splurge.
I brought that with me from Jersey. What a stupid thing to bring a fish tank.
And it was a big fish tank too. It was like 100+ gallon fish
It's
tank.
a Cadillac of fish tanks.
Well, it was a lot of money the first time you bought it, so you were like trying to be.
Yeah.
Jenny, did you have any stars on your walls?
Yeah, I had Michael Jackson and Madonna. I had like lace and all the things that Madonna wore tucked up all over my room.
Leaf Garrett.
Really into Madonna.
Wait, Garrett.
No.
No.
Jackson as well. Oh wait, and Mary Lou Retton. I don't know.
She's very cool.
Apparently, I really liked her.
Okay, so speaking of style, I want to play a little game about 90s style. So you can raise your hand or chime in with your thoughts, whatever. Should we bring them back, is the question. Or they can stay in the 90s, please. And don't feel like you have to say you can bring them back just because I'm wearing this first one. Chokers.
Love chokers.
Yeah.
Wait, you know everything from the 90s is currently.
I know, it really is. But some things should stay in the 90s.
David's silver wardrobe should stay in.
What specifically from that character's wardrobe?
Everything. They would pick the most ridiculous patterns and things and make pants out of them, or shirts. I had pants that were lifesaver pants. And then I had the shirt, and you used to call it the
An awning.
An awning, right? It was striped. It was gorgeous.
Truth be told, we had a choice of what we wanted to wear. They would like create a palette, but we'd say, wear that.
Can we cut Ian Ziering's microphone?
So, I don't feel bad. I used to walk around with my shirt buttoned to here.
Dude,
my
you had
belly
those little shorts.
I clearly did not have a mirror in my dressing room. Nobody was my friend. See, my
man. Can I just say my favorite?
Kept wearing them.
My favorite merchandise ever, we had the trading cards, and and there was one of Ian, we were shooting at the beach, and he was reaching down in the water, and he looked up and he was like, ooh, that's cold, and they took a picture. Greatest trading card ever.
I'm still pissed.
And Jason would take it to the wall, and the choo-choo-choo.
They used to
Yeah.
I was so pissed. I was still like the photographer. I'm gonna beat his ass. And who chose that to market? Clearly they didn't like it. Let's move on.
Everybody has that card here.
The never made a Steve doll, the never Brian doll, the Rick Gabby doll. And nobody felt worse than our friends up here who had them. They were like, they couldn't believe it. You know, we kind of sucked up, it's no big deal. And Jay comes in, I walked in and says, see, they made a doll for you. I'm like, shut up, I know they didn't make that. So come on, into the restroom. Walk into the makeup trailer, and there's this 15-inch doll. It wasn't small. This thing was wearing blonde, curly hair, it had earring, it had like leather pants on. And Jay says, look, Steve, it's you. And he pulls the pants down, and it had a package. Remember that? Like, oh my God. It was the Gay Bob doll, I think. It was so goddamn funny. That was a great day. I liked it.
In all fairness, it was only 4 inches, but
The doll? Wait a minute. But the doll was only 15 inches. Don't kid yourself. 15-inch doll. You can have your comments.
This is so true. Right next to a panel.
That rule, we can't talk about this anymore.
Just saying. Let's move on.
What about the big floppy bucket hats with the giant flowers?
Oh, like the blossom
Back
hat.
in the 90s.
Blossom hat. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
I feel like you can't judge at 90s con. People at 90s con are dressing 90s.
Yes, you are. You guys look amazing. By the way.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing, and really, some of you are so creative.
It's true.
I want some of the stuff you guys have.
Tell me about the big hair, like the really big hair of the early 90s, the early days.
You mean on the guys?
On both. It was big on both. Hairspray was hot.
hairspray. If you would just literally like,
And then you back home, and then you do it again.
What about overalls? On
Yeah,
guys and
those are
girls,
good.
yes.
always.
Always.
Love overalls, freedom.
And butterfly clips.
You can bring them back.
Keep them. We're keeping them all. We're keeping it all. We'll collect them all. Slip dress with a t-shirt underneath.
Yes.
Bleached tips on the guys.
Bleach tips?
On your hair.
You mean like Highlights?
Like cruise.
What are we calling bleach tips? What are we talking bleach tips?
It's like the frost, it's not the whole.
Oh, no. We go all the way now.
Yeah.
Nice hat.
Fifteen
These
years
highlights,
ago.
they call it highlights.
Highlight. His hair.
Jason, you've been doing a bunch of directing. What do you love about kind of that side of the industry?
Being a director was something that I started in the third season of. Oh, I can't even say that, can I?
An iconic show.
Of an iconic show from the 90s. It was a thing that I did that I was supposed to do. And anyway, these guys were all super supportive of me when I decided to make that move and start working as a director. And so I'm very thankful to all of these guys, how supportive they were and how they were instrumental in the career I have behind the camera today.
I thought to work with Jason was really fun because Jason has a sense of humor and everything, like just finds a little bit of a moment to capture. And then it could be it could be an intense scene or whatever, but just that moment gives like a levity, kind of a freedom, and then everybody can feel what they're gonna feel and they can have fun, and it's great, really wonderful. Thanks,
Shannon, what was it like to be directed by him?
Did you direct me? It was great. Listen, Jay and I had an awesome, interesting relationship. We were actually just talking today about there's a photo like floating around of the two of us that is the most inappropriate thing I've ever seen for a brother and sister. It is like, he's like behind me, us up, and we're all like sexy, and I'm like, oh no, this is wrong. Why is this happening? Like, this is crazy.
It was Rolling Stone magazine?
No, it was like it was a promo shot for this show.
It's an iconic show.
And it was just inappropriate. I mean, it was really inappropriate. But we were always like sort of like inappropriate brother sister. So it was fantastic. Next question, please.
I'm going to stay on this kinship for a second because you posted. No, this is sweet. This is sweet.
Go.
You posted on Instagram a couple days ago looking at wines, and apparently Jason is a big wine connoisseur because you've got a wine line that started this year, right?
I do. Yeah, I've got a couple of wine projects that I'm involved in, but the biggest one that's available here in America is the Oak and Priest Wine Company. We make two wines up in Napa Valley and one wine down in Paso Robles. It's very, very limited qualities, very limited quantities. Sorry, super I'll
buy it right away.
It's really good wine. It's super hard to find because we don't make very much of it. But if anyone's interested, they can just go to oakandpriestwinecompany.com and check it out.
Look underneath your chairs.
I know you all, like Jason, have various different things going on outside of acting. So I want to give you each a chance to kind of talk about all the things you're working on. Jenny, I am kind of loving the swag merch that's at your merch booth. It's kind of amazing. But tell everyone kind of about that and anything else you're working on.
Yeah, that sort of spawned from Kelly's kind of famous line, "I choose me," when she was faced with the decision whether to pick Brandon or Dylan, and she decided to choose herself. And our good friend Jessica Klein wrote that, and it always just stuck with me. And it strikes a chord on such a deeper level for me because I have 3 girls that I've been raising and, teaching them and how to love themselves and respect themselves has been the most important thing for me. So I just sort of feel that line, I choose me. So that's what the merch came from.
Nice. And Tori, you've got a bunch of stuff working on as well, like your QVC line. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, Chen and I have a QVC line.
Mike.
What do you mean? You know I laugh. We have, it's called BFF Collection on QVC. Will be live September 20th with our new culinary collection. So check it out.
And I know you've got like a ton of businesses, but what do these people need to know about first and foremost?
You know, I got involved in a network, a direct sales company many years ago. It's health and beauty, glam stuff. And in the 14 years that I've been involved, I've built an international network of executives. I've got a couple thousand people that I've helped train and mentor and teach them how to start their own business. If anyone's interested in working in the health and beauty industry, find me at INSearing, DM me, want to know more about this free business opportunity. And it's something, you know, people tell me I'm doing for my age, well, I use the products and they work. So
100 years old, that's good.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And anything, yeah, there's a lot of irons. I think life's really too short to just do one thing. I've got some other things that are happening too. I'm trying to develop some projects for the entertainment industry. Is that good? Okay. You know, trying to do that. Got a lot of
Fair
things.
contract.
My kids keep me motivated. They're my why for everything, and I'm just giving it, you know, nose to the grindstone.
Great. And Brian, you've got a new show that we can talk about coming out with Special Forces.
Oh, we have to leave now.
So he has something that's coming out, he just can't talk about it yet.
And I'm so excited. It's so good.
Gabrielle,
Jenny will talk about it for me.
Gabrielle, what do you want to make sure this audience really understands about what's going on with SAG-AFTRA union strike? If for anyone who doesn't know, Gabrielle is the former president of SAG-AFTRA.
First of all, I'm not anymore, so everybody comes to me as if it's me doing it. But I will say this. It's really incredible to be here with you guys. And the union right now, though I'm not the president, I am a member, we're all members of it. And you're seeing everybody here as a member. And the union has actually made it possible for us to be here, wanting to really acknowledge you. We know how important you are. And they're acknowledging us by saying there are ways for us to make a living while we're even on a strike. And because 90s Con is actually honoring that, we're able to be here also. It's a way for us to make a part of our living. So thank you so much. And I'll say it's a righteous fight right now. It's a lot about artificial intelligence. Actually, a lot of you who are in businesses right now, your work might be threatened by artificial intelligence without any kind of laws to protect you. Our contracts are the only thing. So our fight is your fight. And I think that what we resolve in this contract for us and what we do in laws will actually help you all as workers around this country. So thank you so much for being here and understanding. Everybody's making fun of me a little bit. I'm not the one who made the rules, but I will say I'm ready to follow the rules because you know what? In order for us to make change, we have to be willing to step forward and be strong. And you're helping us do that.
And last but undoubtedly not least, Shannon, I know I speak on behalf of this crew, on behalf of all of these people, how happy we are to see you here.
So much. You guys know how much I love crying constantly. So thank you. What do I have coming up? Obviously, you know, I have a fight for my life that I deal with every day. I think I am really great. My other profession is getting engaged, married, and divorced. And November 13th, I have a podcast coming out on iHeart. Yeah, it's going to be called Let's Be Clear, and it's a live interactive memoir. So you get to hear everything that I've refused to say before. Still in the team, people, nicely. By the way, Brian also has a podcast called Oldish, and it is amazing. So make sure that you're listening to this podcast because it's great. And thank you for your love.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you a chance to speak about all this. So, come on, tell them what it is. That was the plug you needed.
Yeah, it's actually with myself and my girlfriend Sharna Burgess and Tori's younger brother Randy, who's been a life coach for 15 years. It's 2 episodes a week, so we have one on Tuesday and on Thursday. Tuesday we sort of have a topic and the thing that we talk about and go into, whether it's disappointment or co-parenting, or we sort of have these things. And then Thursday, people can write in questions or they can call in live, and we give advice and we try and help people as much as we
It's
can.
really, really, really good, you guys.
On that note, I'm going to wrap things up. We're going to stand at the front so you can get a great picture. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Here we go. If you guys wouldn't mind facing out first, we're gonna get one shot of all the cast together. All right. Now, if you wouldn't mind turning around and facing me, we're gonna add Brianna back here, and we're gonna get you and the entire crowd behind you.